Sorvika has fallen to the forces from Kharakaz and to Ancient Dragons. Any news about the Witch Queen or anything up there? Also, how are you?
What are you wearing?
Does the city only work once a day, or?
I'm just joking, because if it's not the case, then why bother?
Then just have a conversation. Yeah.
Fuck it. I'm gonna say this one doesn't. It's just long distance communication.
Okay.
So walkie-talkie or a phone.
A rocky-talkie.
A walkie-talkie.
Oh, Davree. It's been some time.
It has. Also, Eos is here, and other people. We don't care about that.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
I'm on this line as well.
Sorvika has fallen.
Yes, so I've heard.
And you heard that they had a couple ancient dragons there as well?
I did not.
Cool. 2 ancient dragons. Right? 2 ancient dragons? Or was it?
Yeah,
This is
two
ancient dragons.
this is
One
the
black,
boss.
one blue. Yeah. So we were just.
Which names?
Grumanats and the
Gale?
Gale Fire.
Gale Wrath.
Gale Wrath.
Or Docorus.
Of course.
Interesting.
Eos again. We did our best to defend the city, but the city itself was overwhelmed. There, however, does seem to be a concerted effort to re-establish control of the city. However, we were wondering if perhaps we could help you in some way. What's your status in terms of figuring out if the Witch Queen is back or not, or what her connection to this
right.
is?
Yeah, I was supposed to do that. I'm sorry, I've been truly, profoundly intrigued by this toothed tower.
Yeah. So there's like nothing, no news there.
Well, give me a moment, then I can contact my network and.
Okay. Well. Okay. Sure. We'll just hold.
And just this awkward silence, like. So, is he calling us back or?
Please hold.
Yes, I'm back again.
Hi.
Well, I have some bad news.
Okay.
It appears that our dreaded enemy has appeared on the coast of Lanford.
Oh, whoops.
Okay.
Wait, Lanford.
That's correct. That's the continent.
Which coast?
The Witch Queen.
It will be the north coast. Sorry.
She's appeared.
The whole island of Briarworld has returned.
I'm still lost where we are right now.
Essentially, she's a.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. This is Eos again.
Yeah.
You're saying it's returned? How? Returned? Has it reconnected?
It appears it has floated into the coast and essentially merged with the continent. Very intriguing. Very
Good. Just hold a second. What?
Fuck!
We're back now. Hi.
I was still on the line.
Shit. No, but I covered it with my hand.
Alright.
So what does that mean for
The world.
the world?
Well, from my agents, I have heard that demons have started to essentially sprout forth from the forest. Armies of crows start to fly.
Armies of crows.
Oh, good. Yes.
And now people apparently have, well, 2 enemies too.
Oh, that's good. Good.
And also the drow will start to appear in the surface again.
Oh, good.
Oh, nice.
That's not in the however. Fortunately.
Didn't know they were in seasons. So just to get things straight here.
Yeah.
We're pretty sure that the Witch Queen wants to work with the Kharakaz, right? She's not just...
She's essentially the puppet master from what you have gathered.
Okay.
This was all happening.
Hey! Seeker, from what you know of the Kharakaz, how do they treat the Witch Queen? Or the idea of her?
I wouldn't call it reverence. That would be the wrong term. Because they worship the Crimson Conqueror. Probably it would be more akin to something like a hope. Again, a betterment of the...
So they really like her.
Yes, they see her...
Unfortunate. I was kind of hoping they would.
From what I have gathered of intel, yes, they see her as a way of improvement of the current situation.
Great. So do we have any further questions for Seeker?
Oh, yeah, just hold on a second. I think I'll get a few.
Okay.
Seeker...
I'm just gonna put you on hold. Here, hold this place.
Oi, Seeker. Oi, Seeker. Oh, God, no, not again.
Alright. So there's 2 options right now. I know there's a beautiful island down to the south. Just white beaches as far as you can see. Beautiful people who can serve you drinks. I think we go there, and the world ends when it ends, and that's kind of how things play out. Yeah. But I'm also a paladin,
so you keep saying.
I think that the best thing we can do right now is stop the Kharakaz from reconnecting with the Witch Queen.
And how do you intend for us to do that?
Honestly, putting ourselves between them.
That's not good. We'll die.
Yeah.
Before all this happened, hadn't the Kharakaz sort of taken over most of Lanford?
No, actually, they only taken over the majority of Gunwell, the nation right next to them.
But we can assume that the remaining nations will not be able to stand up against suddenly appearing out of
no, you don't gather as much, because people have always suspected that maybe Solstead, which is the nation that Briarwolf has connected to, that's the one up here, that probably could withstand Kharakaz, but not both Kharakaz and.
So I think no matter what happens, I think we're going to have to assume that Lanford is sort of a lost thing for us right now.
Alternatively, if you say Solstead, they're decent warriors, right?
Yeah.
They can buy time, right?
You'll gather as much.
Okay. There's a couple options here. I think the best thing right now is for us to get to Lanford as quickly as possible.
Okay.
And either we continue the original plan, we try to undermine the Kharakaz army, or the second is we go for the Witch Queen, we try to get as much information on her as possible. One of the two options happens. One, we're able to find a way to defeat her. More likely, we're able to get some evidence that she is returned, and then we hit up everyone around the world that doesn't want her back, and get them on our side.
Okay, I think both are good. I think we can do both.
Davree, try to roll, let's say an intelligence check.
Sure about that?
Yeah.
6.
Hey, that's nice. That's nice, though.
It's not a warfare check, is it?
No, it was more memory. 6, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you will recall. In Evergale, there are a couple of people who originally came from Briarwell. So maybe you can use one of them as a guide, for instance, just as a...
Briarwell's the island, right? Mm-hmm. How big is the island? Just curious. Is it like this one, or is it more like this one?
About half of Greydale. So
it's
huge.
Yeah, again, it's a nationwide forest.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ! Okay.
Yeah. So I'm thinking. I think just the sort of geological implications are going to be crazy. Sort of if you just if you ignore all the monsters and the armies of crows.
Yeah.
Which I don't necessarily think I want to know what they are.
Crows.
You think they're just literal crows? There's just a bunch of them?
Yeah.
Oh. It's not. Obviously that's not.
Is that called a murder of crows?
No, because a group of crows called a murder. I'm thinking how many murders does it take to make an army?
Oh.
That's odd.
Okay. But also demons, though.
Yeah, it's also demons. Yeah.
Okay.
I think our best option is to head to Lanford.
Right, and then maybe so kind of make contact with the Solstatians and try to aid them in their defense.
Go to Hydraguard. That's a capital, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Go to Hydraguard. See what the situation is in Solstad.
Mm-hmm.
If they're able to hold for a little bit, then I think we try to get information about the Witch Queen and what's going on there.
I hear you.
And maybe take her out. Again, I doubt we're ready to do that yet.
All right. We're seeking knowledge about an ancient being.
Mm-hmm.
Where would we go for that? Oh, actually, let's get Seeker back. Is that Seeker? Oh, so can someone bring the Seeker stone back?
Oh, sorry, I'm here again. I'm just doing the dishes.
Hi, Eos. That's fine. Eos again. So we've been talking, and we would like to know more about the Witch Queen. That's sort of part of our deal now. Where would you suggest, beyond of course yourself, where could we maybe find some information?
Yeah, the problem is the most information about is orally spoken. Any records and so forth have been purged essentially from existence. Probably in order to make her arrival here more of a surprise.
Yeah.
Who would be best to tell?
That's pretty clever. To be fair. Surprise!
I imagine like the island coming close and just slamming in and going.
Surprise!
I do think the best one to guide you would probably be old Belafondra. Only problem is she is in Summerkind probably, unless she has evacuated from...
Evacuate?
Yeah, evacuated.
Oh, I like evacuated.
I was like, nope.
It's them bone mouth.
My tongue anyway. She will probably be the one.
Who's Belafondra?
Belafondra is the one owning the old pub, the old crow.
Have we ever heard of her before?
Oh, yeah, Jace, once he was trying to find, what was her name? Olivia Spellwisp. He just briefly walked into the pub and she knew his name. At the moment he entered.
Some sort of psychic pub lady.
Yes.
No, she is a hag posing as a pub lady.
Oh.
Poorly, apparently. But, well, okay, but that's not an option because she's in goddamn Sorbakai.
Okay, other option. Is there anyone on your end,
Oh, downstairs?
who might know about?
Potentially. There's some old folks down there. The same could also be said for Jace, who's out there.
Yeah, but
or
he's...
up. I'm not quite sure where the Fey Wild is.
Faye is around here because it's like a mirror plane.
It's metaphysics or whatever. The point is, there's some ancient beings in that direction as well.
Okay, so what are our options?
None.
Option one, we go to Lanford. We either go to Kharakaz or we go to Briarwell.
Yeah,
Briarwell and
Well, that's gonna suck.
see what's happening. Option two, we go for information. Okay, what do we know at the moment about the Witch Queen?
Literally nothing. She's the Witch Queen.
She's the Witch Queen.
She wasn't the Empress of Sorbakai.
She's super powerful.
Very presumably.
a hackspawn,
Okay. Anything about like we also know that they have not been able to kill her, right?
They destroyed her?
They defeated her,
Defeated her.
but people was always suspected and always thought that would meant killing her, and her death rolls caused the diversion of Brownwood.
Okay.
But it might have just been an escape plan.
What do we know? Okay, but she was a hag though, or a hag spawn.
Yeah.
What do we know about them? What do we know about them?
Well, you actually know a fair bit, also because you have Bunrus, who's a monster hunter who has dealt with like hagspawns and so forth. Hagspawns are essentially infants of normal humanoid races that are digested by a hag and given a second birth. And when they turn, I believe, 15, they then hear the calling of a nearby coven, and then start to transform and again with the choice either to fully become a hag, and that's only for the females. The males either killed or just ignored, or they can decide to say, fuck no that noise, and then they are forever transformed into a hag spawn. Most don't get the second choice because either they're killed or forcibly transformed.
You need special luck on them? Or just...
Hagspawn? No, Hagspawn tend to live as long as half-elves, essentially.
Okay.
So the fact that she's still alive, there's something else.
Do we know anything about her magic power, or are we talking okay, is it something that she herself emanates in, or is it something that is she divine or arcane caster? Do we have any idea of that?
I mean, how would we know? And why would
No, I mean, I'm right now. I'm just trying to figure everything out.
Yeah.
Given the stories told about her, it's actually hard to tell.
Okay. Right.
She's some sort.
Maybe
she's beyond.
both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Given the feats she has pulled off.
She's clearly beyond mortal.
Yeah, that's that. I'm just trying to get an idea of what we're doing, because obviously, if you could just stab her and that was it, then someone would have done that.
Also, you know the fact that the way she got involved with whole Greydale and the kingdom there, once that was true, is the fact that she had foresight. She could predict the future.
That's pretty handy.
Oh, good. That means. All right. What if we ask her what we should do?
Yes, sending.
Hey, Witch Queen. Hey, Witch Queen.
Hey, Witch Queen. Hey, I'm familiar with the Witch Queen, I feel.
Yes, of course, you have met them, Chris. Oh, I mean, sorry.
Oh, shit.
Is it suspicious to anyone that the Empress died?
I think we actually made this joke before.
Good.
However, they're never seen in the same location.
Honestly, I want to go to Landford. That's where I want to go. That would make most sense to me.
I hear you. I mean, I think we should. I think that's probably unless we can. Okay.
What?
Belafondra sort of sounded like kind of a weird choice just because she was sort of a rando, but she's also a hag.
Yeah.
Which sort of makes me think, oh, okay. So maybe we head back to...
Or try to find her, at least.
Try to find Belafondra on the way to Hydrogard.
Oh, also, Sig says, there's also the option that you can investigate the library of Silesian. After all, it has been cut off from the mainland for over 1,000 years. I mean, it might still be intact. There might still be information regarding it.
Briarwood. Briarwood. Jesus Christ, we're gonna get that. Briarwood.
And that's where Silesian is?
Silesian is a floating island.
Yes, I thought that. Where Crystal Guy was.
Yeah, exactly. The shard mind.
Another person.
Who LA.
And where is that?
You don't know per se.
Okay. So
but I'm gonna say they have been in contact with you in order to hire you for one of the jobs you were offered was to protect the library. So you know where you can find it. It is somewhere close towards the border of the Draconian Empire and the Asher Sea.
Okay.
Hidden away by an illusion.
That's not a bad...
No, again, so you could essentially...
No, that's true.
So let's go there and then we can see if we want to go to Hydrogard afterward.
Okay. So we're going for Silesian.
Yeah.
Write that one down.
Great.
Wait, do we just get there?
Yeah, again, once you know how to get entrance to the place, it's easy enough. Because it's covered by an illusion, like, for instance, the Grell, Omentide.
That's a good trick.
And essentially what you can see once you approach the island, you can see there's like this large forest area to the east and west. There's a farmland, and in the middle of the island you can see this huge monastery with these almost like separate buildings created with a corridor connecting it to the main building in the center.
Okay. And it's just floating there, it's just hanging out.
Essentially you get the sense that they can control where to fly it, so it's never stationed in a particular place.
No. And how do we find it?
Due to you used the coordination given to you when you were essentially hired for one of the jobs, and also what you can see once you approach is actually like these eagles flying around as border patrols, essentially.
Yeah.
The same kind of people that assisted you in bringing down Omentide. And also when you start to see people, actually, you can start to see these glowing runes that are continually floating around their heads.
Very important. Are the eagles wearing pants?
No, not these particular overcoats.
No. We have a code. We have a sort of a code that we can send to them, but it's old. Do you think we'll find anyway? It's an old code. But don't you think? I mean. It's not like they renew it all the time. No, I assume we've been cleared for...
Yeah, again, they know what to do. You get as much as since as you approach the island, you are not suddenly attacked by the giant eagles.
Okay, cool. Escorted in, maybe even?
Yeah, some actually like... You can see that the sign for like land here, and you are led towards... number 5 on the map, which is the seat of aviation.
Yeah, makes sense.
And you are welcomed by one of the fellows there. Let's see who that would be.
Was that his rank, or is that just like a nice thing you called him?
No, I just need to make sure that it's the correct one.
He's a fellow.
Oh, fellow. I am a fellow.
Fellow.
Let's see here.
A fellow at Silesian University. Is it a university?
Greetings. I am Grandla.
Say that again, slower.
Grandla.
And what's this dude's deal? What's he like? What does he look like?
He's also bald, as the majority of the Illumians are, wearing robes, clearly like a higher echelon, essentially compared to the rest of the people walking around here. And you can see he has this black chain with like a symbol in the middle, which looks similar to a rune, but also like a pair of wings, almost a letter, but then fashioned to also have like these wings instead. Greetings.
Hi.
I am Master of Aviation.
My name is Eos. This is Davree. There are other members, but they won't be speaking in this scene. We are the Hounds of War.
You see, this doctor, sorry, just ate some grunt ups.
Yes, yeah, exactly. We won't be participating in this. We're the Hounds of War. You may have heard of us.
Yes, well, I have introduced us to your group.
Good. We have some clout. A bit of previous history. But we are here for for knowledge. We want the big one. We want the big boy.
And you point towards the center building, which is the law reservoir. And he's like, well, I am not the one who can make that decision, but I can easily escort you.
To someone who can?
Yes, indeed.
That would be appreciated if you would.
We would. That would just make us so happy.
Follow me.
Do you have any supplies here? Like
yes, food. Yes.
We never talk about this, but we just flew for maybe 2 weeks.
Yes. Well,
so
maybe we should have you visit.
Don't we have a cleric or a druid on board? Or a bard?
You have people that can create like good berries and so forth. So it's not like you have staff.
Sick
but
of good berries, and I'm 1,000 there.
Isn't there like there's one called create food? Doesn't matter. Yes.
Yeah, but it's not like you have starved or anything like that. But no. You might want to eat.
Just thinking,
normal food.
That's some nice food we could maybe.
Certainly, let's escort you to the seat of harvest.
Okay. We'll do that. Let's go to your thing first, and I'm sorry. I will wait with that.
Very well. There's no rush, is there?
No.
And he turns around, and you see he actually just spins around his own axis because he's actually floating. Because of course he can fly.
I can fly.
Me too.
Cool.
You just follow suit like, I guess this is the thing you do here.
When in Rome, fly around.
So tell me a bit about this place. How many are you up here?
Well, currently we are about... And you can start to actually count people.
Just a guesstimate.
Well, I will say we are about 2,000 people.
Wow.
Including the shot mines who settled down here for 300 years ago.
And how long have people been living here?
Well, Solution has existed for the past 2,000 years, I believe. If we go with estimates. Well, Tarwed, the creator of the Illumian race, decided that his knowledge was not to be shared willingly, or freely rather. Much of what he had gathered could be dangerous in the wrong hands, and so he decided to lift his monastery up in the sky, and we, the descendants of the first Illumians, have protected it since.
So is he a different species then?
Tarwed was originally human, but learned how to become one with language. And thus, he created a ritual word to flesh.
Interesting.
That's why they have.
That's right, the runes are part of that, whole essence.
Okay.
And for instance, he tells you how, for instance, when an Illumian dies, words will ring out as their life ends, essentially.
So, if we want to threaten one of these guys, I'd grab an eraser.
Where are we sort of right now? Are we sort of heading over?
But again, that depends. Do you want us to head specifically towards the law reservoir?
We're following this dude.
Yeah, we're heading. We want to get to the knowledge place.
Yeah,
right. He said we had to go to control first. Or?
Yeah, no, the control is essentially where all the police of this place are. But yeah, he leads to one of the entrances to the law reservoir.
Looking around, is it just a bunch of monks, or are there armed people as well?
Again, this is essentially a monastery. But you can also see there are these the shard mines these crystal people, and they have a different attire than the rest. They're very Spartan, almost like, for instance, if they are barbarian, they only like have the belt to bear the weapons.
I mean, they don't have genitalia, so they're fine.
Okay.
At least not.
Again, for instance, for them, it's more utility than anything else for the shaman.
Just like the genitalia.
For the monks and them, it's essentially like seeing fashion 1,000 years ago start to diverge from the main course. So it is foreign, but it is updated essentially.
Yeah. So bell bottoms really got stuck. They stuck in.
Yeah, well, it's
okay. Because I was going for what's called monk robe, but bedazzled.
It would be like the difference between, for instance, the classic Western Catholic monk contra the Shaolin monks, for instance. These are more like the Western types, like very low-key, clean design.
But they accessorize with the belt. I love that.
Yeah, well, the higher ranks do, and they also start to have more colors added to them. But yeah, you are led to one of the entrance into the Law Reservoir, and then Grandlord is like, I hope you have a nice stay here. I will bring forth a guide.
Okay, thank you. We didn't have to sort of clear this with someone?
Again, just floats away like,
okay.
Gracias.
Is this alright? Oh, it's alright.
This could not be wrong.
And then you see...
there are a lot of books here.
No, right now you're outside the building where there are these like gates.
Okay, so we're just sort of standing...
Yeah, you're standing like into nearby a building like...
sort of outside in the courtyard? Or?
There are these corridors leading from the, for instance,
okay, so
the aviation where there was like this hangar.
Okay, so we're just sort of standing waiting in that. Okay,
and
cool.
then you see this young girl, also bald, only one rune floating around her head, freckles, clear blue eyes, comes essentially skipping down like, hey!
Josephine?
No, she's just...
That would be impressive.
Wow, you're weird. So, you wanted in?
Well, we do, but we're sort of waiting for Grandlaw to sort of get us a guide, apparently, or...
Oh, okay. You don't want in with me? I can easily...
Do you have a pass? You have like a...
Yeah.
Is that like a guest visitor's pass you can give us?
I just told him that you're with me. No problem.
Oh, okay.
And it's not going to get us in trouble?
No, of course not. Yeah, roll it inside if you want.
24.
That's exciting.
No, it doesn't appear so. Again, she believes every word she said.
She's insane. No. Okay. What do we call you?
Shen.
Shen.
All right, Shin, if you would lead the way.
Okay. And you see she starts to take this stance like a classic kung fu monk, and just slams a palm into the door and just...
Whoa.
And again, we're talking about, it's like 3 times as tall as my room here. And you're like, that's not... what?
Did Grandma do that?
No, the little girl about this high just opened the room if like 6...
You say little girl.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. She's about your height.
Yeah.
Hair notwithstanding.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, come.
Okay.
I got about 14 inches on her, and it's all hair.
And plateau skirt. Shoes.
and obviously my stripper does as well.
Oh, I thought it was buffaloes. But yeah, she leads you in, like, waves, and she has this stark contrast to the rest of the people, and like this strap, slowly moving, and like shuffling paper and so forth. And she's just this skipping girl, like.
So Shen, are you new?
She stops like. What do you mean new?
Like how long have you sort of been here?
What year is it?
5?
I think it's year 1 of the Witch Queen's reign, maybe? In the new calendar?
It will be 832 DE.
832 DE. It's 832 DE, of course. We just elected a new president. This witch queen.
Yeah, I'm like 600 years, I think.
Okay, so you've just been told. And what do you do here?
Many questions. Well, I'm here. That's what I'm doing.
Do
So like.
the Illumians? Illumians. Do they live longer than normal people?
Well, clearly.
No. They live approximately twice as long as ordinary humans.
Okay. She's just like an old little girl.
No. Again, she's ancient compared to the rest. Again, they live about maybe
super, just like
150, 200 years.
Elder Oliver was a very old little boy. Or the other way around.
No, he looked just like an old ancient guy.
Okay.
She looks like she's in her 14, 15 years old, maybe.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you just...
Doesn't seem suspicious.
I'm fine with it. It's just, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sort of question we're new here.
My parents, right. Oh, sorry. I forget. Well, I'm the guardian of this place. That's my main duty.
The whole thing?
No, just the library.
Okay, so you're like the boss around here, or?
Yeah, not quite.
No.
Security
guard? Yeah, more like that, I think.
Okay.
Mall cop?
What's the mall?
That's a bad point.
You're more like kind of top librarian? Like ultimate shusher?
No, just more like make sure people don't steal the books or she'll do what she did to the door to you.
And in that moment you hear like, hey! And you can see one of the monks like slowly starting to...
You're good at it.
You would have learned by now, honestly.
Yeah. Again, they do it after the second cave-in, but...
So, can you leave? If you wish to. I'm not saying you would, but like... Are you like bound, or you have
well, I can't leave this island if that's what you think.
Oh, okay, yeah. What would happen?
I can't. That's what will happen.
But like
imagine a dog.
You
can imagine a dog with a leash.
Yes?
At some point, the dog cannot get any further.
Oh, okay, so you're like...
I think so. I haven't really tried.
Okay, no, fair enough. I mean, yeah, that's fair.
I'm starting to look for books at this point.
Yeah, it's fascinating. So could we just kind of...
Yeah, you can't take any of them outside of the library.
No.
Go nuts. So also don't go to the forbidden section. I have to say.
What's
where do you think go to the forbidden section?
What's in the forbidden section? What's forbidden?
It's forbidden.
It's just like I don't know. We're not supposed to go into the forbidden section.
Wait, so who goes into the forbidden section?
Oh, that will only be the prime seat who's out in there.
Prime seat, and is it also the prime seat that decides, or he or she decides what is forbidden?
Yeah.
Like, what's the okay? Do you know what the last book that was forbidden was? You may not. It's okay. I'm just wondering.
The list of forbidden books is also forbidden.
No, it's just you seem to know this place quite well.
I think it was something regarding...
Catching the right.
I think it was something regarding to demon, not summoning, creation, I think.
So it's like magical secrets in there? Forbidden magics?
Amongst others, there's also some how to get away with murder, like actually get away with murder. Again, normally people can like speak with dead and so forth, but that book told you how to do so without anyone ever living, not even the gods.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
but that's not really what we're looking for. We're actually looking for info re the Witch Queen. Ever heard of her? Ancient being.
No, that was before my time.
That was, yeah, sure. It's not that you met her, but it was just so. Okay, so here's the thing. Down on in the world, like not up here.
All right.
All the information regarding the Witch Queen was sort of removed. I think people sort of felt like. We shouldn't know anything about this, but you guys seem to have another philosophy up here, kind of more of a non-censorship sort of theory. And I was just maybe wondering if maybe there was some info about ancient witch queen beings, hags, who maybe tried to take over the world with an undead army.
Yeah. Again, I'm not a scholar, so it's very limited what I know about.
A scientist, yeah.
But I can get the prime seat here if you want.
Prime seat
would be nice.
Is he would be Sorry. Women can be prime seats as well. I apologize.
Again, it's a recent addition, I might add.
She's the big kahuna.
Yes, that is correct.
Around these parts. Okay, so you're does anyone other than the prime seat have kind of a sort of an overview of the sections of the library? Because we can you just point us towards a section. We'll just start looking.
Where are you on the Dewey Decimal System?
I don't know actually. I don't know how to operate that.
Dewey, he was banned like centuries ago. It was terrible.
Yes.
Put everything in a weird order.
Yes.
But like, is there a place where, like, if I'm looking for a very specific book, how do I do that?
So Liz dresses like.
And she runs over to one of the monks nearby who's like starting to run.
I can't find objects.
And she's like tugging in his rope, and he's like, "Yes, what is it, Shin? Can you tell how this place works? Because yes, of course, Shin. Greetings.
Alright.
It is quite fairly simple, and he talks about, again, it's not the Dewey Decimal System, but there's a fantasy-esque
fantasy system.
Yes. And he's like, okay.
So H for history.
But essentially, because it's like these intersecting roads almost within the library, and there's like where things can intersect. For instance, like you want to know about Lavinia history, then you go to this point, and further down you can go, for instance, but this particular timing point. Again, it's very
how like grounded in reality is this place?
Oh, not at all.
So would I be right in assuming that like maybe there's like like one cross section of like Lavinia history is here, but then also right next to it is like war and history, but then also war and Lavinia cross over here. Yeah. So like things just kind of bend around each other.
Yeah, again,
I walk down one aisle, come up the other one.
Yeah, essentially, and then you get to, for instance, a bookshelf where there's like 3 different rows that lead to the same. So there's only just one book just waiting. Like,
Okay.
And it says, "Open me, Davree."
Okay, sure. Okay. I was just going to take out a picture of the alphabet and be like, okay. So if the title begins with this symbol, it's over there, and then you just kind of go through them.
So, as he talks about it, like, and you like, at one point you're like, fuck, we're just going to use him as a guide. It's easy.
Yeah.
And then you get to some sections. There are not all the books about the Witch Queen, but most of the books are here.
Okay.
We're gonna
because you probably get some of them are like how she act, what kind of spells you were using, and so forth, like a bit section. But yeah, make a history check. One of you, and I'll say with advantage.
I got 1 intelligence.
Yeah, I got more than that. But obviously, scrawny would be the ultimate. That's good. That is 23.
23. Cool. What do you want to know?
I'd like to know. I mean, we know. So what we already know is we know some general information about the Witch Queen. We want more specific stuff.
I'd like
because it's all kind of all the stuff we know is sort of wrapped up in sort of allegory and myth, and then she sort of did this big thing. But like, kind of, what did she actually? Like, is there anything kind of from? Okay, yeah. Any sort of books or documents written by eyewitnesses. That's what I want.
Okay, cool. And what?
I'd like to know motivation. I'd like to know the source of her magic power, if possible. And I'd like to know any information on killing her, even things like this didn't work.
Oh, yeah, any specifics about how she was defeated?
Cool. If you just could write them down, because I might forget some of the questions you asked.
I mean,
okay. There's a story regarding one of the people who originated from the same town as her. And they tell how Morgana de Parmon, the true name of the Witch Queen, was enlisted into the army of Great Isle as it was fighting against what was called at that point Irondale. That was the northern part of the Draconian Empire.
Irondale?
Irondale.
Which city was called? Greyhill?
Greydale, that's the northern continent. Nation.
Okay.
That's up here.
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
That's where the Witch Queen essentially came to power. It talks about how she, as a youth, was approached by a coven of hags, but managed to escape, or at least that's the story she gave. It talks about how she was enlisted into the army, but due to her unique ability of being able to read the fates, she but quickly rose in the rank to the point she became Grand Vizier to the king. Then they got married, he died of mysterious causes, and then she took over. And that's what that particular book ends. It ends with her, for instance, my rise from poverty to nobility. And what was the next question?
So that was...
You have something?
I'd like to know anything about either her motivations, the source of her powers, or how to kill her. And I don't imagine there's going to be this is how to kill the Witch Queen, but things like this didn't work.
And there's also not really anything regarding her motivations, because there's no... This is why I am the way I am. Books, essentially. But there's some scholars who start to discuss her powers. And as you also realized, that people cannot agree on whether or not she's using divine powers or arcane powers, and then some speculation, perhaps it's some kind of combination of both, or maybe she just has access to both schools, essentially. For instance, the whole reading future, again, there are spells that allow you to some degree to read likely outcomes and so forth. That's not new. But what is unique to the Witch Queen is that every prediction she reads is true.
Okay.
And that doesn't matter whether the gods intervene or anything. If she deems something is going to happen, it will happen.
Well, that's troubling.
Who's the god of fate in the system?
Well, there's no particular fate per se. Vesh would be one of them because he's like the god of fortune. That will probably be the closest one. But no, there's no god of fate. Maybe the All-Father to some degree.
Do we know how she was defeated?
Roll another history with an advantage.
12?
14.
Yeah, there's a statement of how she was defeated. There was this group of champions led by a certain Tarian Timbercrest. You know him as Nameless, the ghost within the Shadowfell, the one who bestowed the armor to you and Aurora.
Wait, what? We met the guy who...
Again, he couldn't recall who he was at that time.
Timbercrest?
That's correct. And he wielded the blade, I can't recall its name right now. The spectral blade forged by Jikala, the goddess of death.
And that didn't work. I mean, it defeated her, but it didn't kill her.
They defeated her. Unfortunately, Taran was slain during the fight before he could essentially give the last hurrah. Then there's a lot of confusion as to what to happen. Because only one of the champions survived, and he wasn't at the front line when everything went down.
So he was able to defeat the Witch Queen with this blade.
It appears so.
And does it say what happened to the blade after he died?
Carrying a blade with him in the Fireball, wasn't he?
What? Yeah, he was still carrying the blade, the spectral blade.
Oh, yeah. Oh. But is that like a shadow of him carrying a shadow of the blade, or was he straight up wielding the blade?
That you don't know.
Okay. Cool.
It's also not mentioned in the books. Cool. People say that his body and soul was claimed by Jikala because they were lovers. Very unique situation for gods to take mortal lovers, but it has happened before. For instance, the god, what is his name? Jota, god of nature and trickery, fell in love with the goddess of the hunt, Henmar.
And sure. Slash fiction, yada yada. Sure, okay, we're back.
Yes. But yeah, that is what happened at that time.
Okay.
I have a new idea then. I think we should call up Chakala and see if she's able and willing to reforge another weapon. Or forge another weapon.
You want to call up the God of Death?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like,
let's get my phone.
or we could talk to her brother, Vesh, who's also lived in the Shadowfell.
No, I kind of don't like him. But isn't Aurora like kind of a
Yeah,
disciple
I know
of
she is.
his?
Yeah, and Davree is a disciple of Eliga. We could also ask her if she can do something.
I was just thinking like Goddess of Death might be kind of good idea to have like, you know, if we're killing something. I mean, look, I love Flaga, really do. But like, if I want to paint a really good picture, I go for the paintbrush made by Flaga. If I want to kill someone, I probably go to the God of Death.
Fair enough.
You kill people all the time.
Yeah, but I don't like really want to kill people.
I mean, technically we only want to defeat her, really.
I thought we wanted to kill her.
I mean, sure, if that kind of ends up happening, but I think right now, that's the next level. Right now we know how to there's a way to defeat her. So I think I say we go for that one.
Yeah, I mean, I like if
like that's enough for me.
If we just kind of like kick the can down the street for 1,000 years later,
I'll be dead.
That's not a win, but
I feel like it is.
and not a total loss at least.
No, I feel like it's a straight up win if we were able to defeat
Well,
the
sure,
Witch
but
Queen, yeah.
still.
No, I feel like I'd win.
Still a
But
But what I want to know, Aurora says, is the fact of why she's still alive. If we can at least find out why she's still able to keep breathing after 1,000 years.
I mean, now.
Well, I mean, honestly, with all due respect, Aurora, that seems like the least of my concerns. How she's still breathing. I'm assuming magic.
There's
Yeah,
definitely
but-
magic that can sort of keep you alive.
Yeah, but if we could like disrupt that magic, wouldn't that take care of a lot of problems?
How do you want to do that?
I'm not the magic expert here. I'm just asking.
No, and that's fair, and that's maybe why I'm going for the whole knife thing, because I'm kind of stabbing expert here.
Oh, sure.
Well, that's true.
Actually, no, I think there's several people better at stabbing stuff than you are. You're more sort of the expert at kind of riding a giant bird. That's really your thing.
Okay, so we go to Jakala and get a giant bird of death.
Okay. Crows.
No, so those. I mean, my thought is we see if we can get in contact with the God of Death and get a weapon to kill.
Okay.
That was my thinking.
Yeah.
Do we know anyone who can do that?
I mean, she must have.
Where's the
priests?
Yeah, she must have priests, and she must have like what is the biggest temple of Chakala in nearby?
Yeah, but speaking directly to God, that takes some power.
We do it all the time.
We want to find
No,
her biggest priest or her like.
Okay.
Who's-
Again, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just asking.
No, I mean, if someone has a better idea than me, totally come up with it.
Okay, yes.
Or come with it.
I haven't traditionally been kind of the most religious member of this group, but I haven't pledged myself to any gods yet. So can't I just like have a sudden religious awakening? Be really into Death God.
Sure, but we still need to contact her. I think someone's been a fan of her for the last 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I take a step back. Just
What's her name? I'm just kidding. That's obviously a pretty stupid idea. Did you have a temple in Sorbakai? Presumably.
Yeah, she did. Again, the
And
song guy
what is the biggest temple of Chakala? Where would that be?
Let's go to the map section. This is the map of the Sorbakai sewers.
I think it probably would be in Gravenhill.
Oh,
Okay.
right.
Because
They like death.
the god Arkan, who's the guardian of the eternal slumber, an aspect of death, and Jakala would probably.
It's not death-related gods in this world.
You know what I mean?
I wonder why there's so much killing. I would say go to Gravenhill, see if she doesn't have a pope-like guy who can get in contact with her, or give us a way how we can get in contact with her. Maybe some kind of quest that we need to collect a ring or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
That is my suggestion.
Okay, I hear you. I'm just thinking. But what if we could get the original blade?
Okay, how do you want to get that?
Well, we could talk to what's his name.
he couldn't remember, right?
Just in the last moments before you left him, he recalled his name.
Okay.
Because I think it was Jace who recognized the blade at Tyrant Timbercrest, and he's like,
yeah.
Okay.
Maybe if we can help him remember,
Jog his memory. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe he could tell us more about it, or how to make.
So how do we get back to the Shadowfall then?
we will need
Definitely thinking about
Paco, and we would need
Well,
a powerful teleportation, or was it?
yeah. I mean, someone
Like
who's,
Elder Oliver?
or there
Or
could potentially be someone
Professor
here.
Cunningham.
I mean, this place seems to be full of relatively powerful magic practitioners.
Yes, but we will still need like Paco, or at least somebody with same knowledge, and as in the conserve, we can also return back.
Can you do that, Aurora?
Are you magic now?
She looks at Walter like, and she's like doing the whole, I don't know how am I praying to flesh?
Oh yeah, you do that.
I think I know how.
Oh,
That's
is
reassuring.
it click your heels together 2 times and think of home?
No. Again,
free.
but I will need to stay behind.
I see.
As in behind here or behind there?
Here on the mortal.
Okay, so you'll be like an anchor,
material
basically.
plane. Yeah, exactly.
To send us into the Shadowfell.
Again, another wizard would do so, but again, we can find that. No problem.
I'm down for that.
Okay.
What's the worst that happens?
You get stuck in the
You really,
Shadowfell forever?
like, you really want to know?
Hey, so quick question: why was going to the Shadowfell? Why are like the fell where I'm useful, like the fell of art and beauty and?
I think that's called the Feywild, and we never go there because that's really
Or
Jace's thing.
Empyrean, but
Yeah,
What?
there's some great places.
Empyrean.
Yeah, why don't I go to Empyrean? Like
We can go to Empyrean.
I'm like the most holy person here of the group, at least.
Okay.
That sounds true. Blake says.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Yeah. No offense intended, Blake, of course.
What? It's just.
Uh oh. So yeah, okay.
Okay, let's do this.
Wait.
Okay.
No.
I'll just.
Not yet. Wait. No. Alright, just a sec.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Shen, are you here?
Yes.
Do
Do you hear me, Shen? It's me.
And you can see she stands on top of a bookshelf.
Oh.
Jumps down.
Oh goodness. Shen,
Yeah.
So, do any of these books have spells in them? Or do I have to go to the magic tower for that one?
That you will probably need to go to one of the other
Or the
seats.
forbidden section. The forbidden section.
I believe the spell section you will need to have access to from the seat of magic.
Okay, cool. It was just maybe if I could pick up some tricks that could maybe help us. Just thinking fifth, because I can only
Okay,
cast-
so what if you do that? In the meantime, I'm gonna.
Just give me a sec. Literally, yeah, go ahead. What are you doing?
I mean, I think that then while he's doing that, I'm gonna try to find out about this. I mean, this work particularly, but I guess just in general, Jakala and like the whole.
Yeah.
Or how in general the concept of gods gifting items to mortals
Yeah.
and the empowerment and what this is capable of.
Certainly. Roll a religion check.
Okay.
And I'm going to say it due to the fact you are within the law reservoir with it. Thanks for listening. The intro music was by Philip Fischer, whereas the outro music was by Martin Kerr. The other pieces which are mentioned in the description down below were by Kevin MacLeod. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we hope to see you again in Doraken.